The prettiest sight I ever saw was "Welcome to Oklahoma" in my rearview mirror. When I was in my 20s, I dreamed about living on the East Coast. I wanted to be where the action was. So I moved to Philadelphia, and soon afterward I met my husband, Roy, and we had a fourth floor walk up in Center City, a couple blocks from Rittenhouse Square. And every night after dinner we'd walk over to the square and soak up the vibes of the city, and it was just idyllic. There was just one problem. Parking. It was impossible to find a place to park in our neighborhood. We'd drive around the block for 15 or 20 minutes just looking for a legal spot. But you know, it wasn't a problem for my husband because he was from Philadelphia, not just Philadelphia, from South Philadelphia, where there is no parking and where people brazenly park in the center of Oregon Avenue. So when we get a ticket for, let's say, parking overnight in a 2-hour zone, he'd say, "Oh, nobody pays their tickets. You don't have to worry about it." I said, "Really?" Well, not surprisingly, a few weeks later, a summons would arrive in the mail. Well, actually, not just one, several, until we had a stack about 6 inches high. And periodically I'd say, "Shouldn't we be doing something about this?" And he said, "Nah, don't worry about it." And I thought, well, he's a native. He knows what he's talking about. He knows his city. I trusted him. Did I happen to mention he's my former husband? Suddenly, we began to get these menacing phone calls, usually around dinner time. This gruff male voice would say, "Is Roy there?" And usually I'd say no. Well, actually, always I said no, even if he was. And then one night, after one of these phone calls, we heard this buzzer from downstairs. The intercom was bzzz, 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 bzzz. Insistent. Roy said, "Don't answer it." And he ran up to the front window and looked out, and sure enough, there was a police car out there. They had come to get us. Well, I looked at Roy, and there was this perspiration on his forehead. And he said, "Don't worry about it. They can't come into the building unless you buzz them in. Besides, they need a search warrant." Search warrant? Oh my God! I wanted to go back to Oklahoma so bad at that moment. Our apartment building was managed by an elderly couple, John and Mary. And they had an efficiency apartment on the first floor, and they always left the door open so John could watch the people coming and going from his Barco lounger. Well, we knew we were in trouble when we could hear the heavy tread of footsteps on the stairs, and we knew that John had buzzed the cops into the building, and they were coming up the stairs. This next part of the story haunts me like a dream. When they got to the door, do I have a piece of wood here? Come over there. Oh. When they got to the door, they started to pound. Well, it was more serious than that. "Police, open up! Come on out, we know you're in there. Make it easy on yourself." They continued this barrage for, 20 minutes or so. It was terrifying. And finally, it stopped. And we waited, another 20 minutes, tiptoed to the window, the car was gone, grabbed our toothbrushes, ran downstairs, checked into the nearest Holiday Inn. The total fine for our parking tickets was just over $1,500, which, calculating for inflation today, would be $6,835. Fortunately, the court cut the bill in half. The next morning, I went to the bank, withdrew everything I had in savings, went to the traffic court, paid them $750. Now, later, when we told our friends this story and saw their amazed reactions, I thought, I'm going to write about this. I'm going to send this into the Inquirer, to their now defunct Sunday magazine. Well, they bought it. And you know what my compensation was? $750.